GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the GERE Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is sponsored by our store through Amazon. If you visit shopgear.com, please remember to do that, because when you do, you provide gasoline to the engine known as GERE Radio Network, and that helps this podcast continue. It is the best way to shop for yourself, and is the best way to support this podcast. Now, on with the show. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, the first podcast of the year for the, well, it was originally going to be Football Talk Weekly, but prior to the podcast going onto the air, Mr. Brandon Gorell,
right into it.
He was like, nope.
Son of a bitch.
He was like, nope. We got some splaining to do. So we're going to go ahead and make this yet another simulcast, which is fine because y'all didn't get used to it. And I just said that, and I got to bleep myself because,
wow.
Well, hey, watching Dave Chappelle, and, you know, you just kind of get in the mood for it. But hello, everyone. My name is John Cimino at TJCMS on the Twitter, and joined, of course, my co-host, Brother Nature himself, Mr. Brandon Gorell. Brandon, say hello. Woo! All right. And as always, shopgear.com. It is your friend. Now, typically, or at least what we've been doing in this new format, is we've kind of gone Football Talk Weekly and transitioned into the JC Money Show portion, where we proceed to bitch about Donald Trump, and then I get here today, and Brandon has some news. You know, a couple of weeks ago we talked about the tax cut, the proverbial tax cut. Last week you kind of got into it a little bit and talked about the impact that it potentially could have to you. Today, you saw,
I saw it.
The impact, so I'm going to turn it to you, whom I will state for the record before I pass the baton to you. You are as much middle class as I am.
Yeah. I don't make six figures, I'll tell you that. I'm under six figures.
So
a decent amount under.
So I'm going to pass you the proverbial baton. Tell the listeners that either, you know, are supportive of Trump and absolutely despise the fact that we do not like this regime, but listen every week anyways because we're funny, or people that might be on the same boat as you. Tell them without, you don't have to get into too many specifics or whatever, but just tell them what you came across and what happened.
Sure. So I was scrolling down the Twitter, and I saw a smart-ass post by one of the writers that I follow, and he says, tomorrow's a big day that all the rich folks in New Jersey, California, and Connecticut and whatever get to check out their huge tax cuts that they got tomorrow. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I wonder how my check looks, because our checks are posted Wednesday night. They deposit Friday. Wednesday night they're usually on our app, and we can view them. And I took a look at mine, and I'm like, look at that tax cut. And by tax cut, I mean tax increase. My tax bill per paycheck is $78 higher than it was the last check I had to pay. So I'm out almost $160 per month. That works out to be roughly like $1,500 just gone because you know,
1,920.
Oh, so under $2,000.
So
just
yeah,
under $2,000.
Yeah.
So I now no longer have $2,000 in my pocket, and can't wait till next January when I go to file my taxes, and I get doubly fucked because I live in New York State, and there's going to be a cap on my state and local taxes that I pay, including the mortgage that I have here, where I pay property taxes and I pay district taxes for schools. Also, I pay my state taxes for New York State. So I'm going to get doubly fucked next January. So I get to watch $2,000 just walk out the door. When I have a dickhead up there who, by the way, when he got done being a dickhead, had all the other leaders of the dickhead party out there giving each other, taking turns jerking him off and heaping praise on his great leadership for the tremendous Christmas gift that they gave to us, the middle class. I guess the Christmas gift was the last check that we had of the year where we didn't have to pay this fucking ridiculous thing. Now, I'm sure you people making the $30,000, the $40,000, you might see a little bump in your paycheck. You might see an extra $30, $40. You 50,000, 60,000s might see maybe $20 to $30 in your check. When you start going over 70 and up, you're going to start to see an increase in your taxes, which is what I saw. I'm a little bit pissed off. I'm de-escalated a little bit because I had some time to vent, and I also got to watch some Dave Chappelle, so that put me in a little bit of a better mood. But I'm still pissed off that you slack-jawed fucking yokels were so worried about taking your country back and chanting along to catchphrases to a fucking crook, a billionaire who's going to fight for you. He's not fucking fighting for you. He's fighting for him and people like him. He doesn't give two goddamn salty, smelly, slimy shits about any of you.
And that is the thing that has always baffled me about this whole Trump as president thing. Like, he did what...
Build the wall.
He did exactly what he set out to do. He made the lesser intelligent people...
Right.
And I'm not saying every single one of them are less intelligent.
No, they're
not.
But there's a lot of them that are unintelligent on both sides of the aisle.
Right.
There's a lot of stupid people in this country.
But
what bothers me is the educated ones who knew it.
Right.
Who knew better.
And
but voted for him anyway because
of
A,
party.
Brand loyalty, or B, they're just tired of being told that they're stupid and that they're, and they want to win. They want to win. They want to feel like a winner.
Right.
I guarantee you there is one person in particular that laughed at my status for bitching about this.
Yeah.
His check comes tomorrow. He's not going to be laughing, but he won't say a fucking word because he's got to stay in line. He's got to stay in line, keep the mouth open, just in case Trump happens to be in the area and his cock can find his way into his mouth. He's got to be ready for that moment. He can't.
Oh,
because
God.
this motherfucker, and listen, I get it, you guys. If you sit there and you watch Fox News on a regular basis and you read, all these fucking sites, the Drudge Report and Breitbart and Party Line and all these other goddamn conservative Post Daily and things like that. If that's all you ever had of your news source, then yes, absolutely, you're going to believe all this shit.
Well,
because that's your worldview now.
They believe all that shit, and they were the first to say to you, because that individual that you're speaking of has said this to me.
Use the news.
Has said this to me too. CNN. Well, you're watching CNN.
I don't
watch
watch
motherfucker,
CNN.
I don't watch CNN. Fuck CNN.
I've never watched CNN.
I don't watch that shit.
I stopped watching cable news when they started putting talk shows on it.
Yeah.
Because talk shows are just opinionated blowhards getting up there and saying stupid shit to get ratings for the people that believe.
I do like Rachel Maddow, though.
I like Rachel Maddow, but I don't watch her show. I can't watch it.
I watch it from time to time.
I cannot be objective and actually be an objective person by watching either sides of the shit. That's why I pay attention to the words that come out of their mouth. And I draw my own conclusions. When I see a president of the United States get on Twitter and talk about having a bigger nuclear button than another country's button.
Yes.
When I see that followed up with I'm going to host a fake news award ceremony on Monday.
Right.
And then tune into Hannity at 9 in the span of 38 minutes. Those 3 tweets came out from the fucking president of the United States.
Right.
I don't need a news network to tell me that shit is batshit fucking crazy.
I don't understand. Like, and everybody and their supporters are like,
hand him a man pawn, because he's scared of nuclear war. Oh,
right.
He thinks the president's
he's
crazy.
tough on ISIS.
You're a big baby.
He's tough, and then you know what pisses me off the most is that fucking troll Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh my god,
I cannot stand it. There was a reporter today that asked her.
You shouldn't be worried about the president's mental stability. You should be president. You should be worried about Kim Jong-un's mental instability.
No. Not even that.
I heard that one today.
But the part that I'm talking about is when the reporter said, what positive things has Trump done during all his time on the golf courses? And she was like, oh, well, he's making good relationships with the senators that he's having there, and he's having great conversations, and he's strengthening the partnerships with that. And it was just corporate-ease bullshit.
Yeah, I got to ask my boss if I could just spend most of my day playing golf and hanging out at the arcade and going to the bar and stuff instead of working, because I'm going to make good work relationships and good friendships out of it.
He has literally done jack shit.
He has one bill to his name.
One bill in one year. 1 year. One bill in 1 year.
Yeah, and it just made it under the wire, by the way.
Mind you, let me just say this.
And I got hosed.
Half of Puerto Rico is still without power.
Yeah, and I got hosed.
Yeah.
By that one bill that he signed.
And you got hosed by that one bill.
But I don't need a news source to tell me that this guy's a fucking psychopath.
No, why? Nobody needs a news source.
I don't need a news source to see that there's something fucked up going on. I don't need newspapers to tell me, hey, the president is hiding something.
Oh, of course.
When you start going out and when people come out and say, hey, listen, this guy's done this, and you come out and you either deny it and reverse it, or say something stupid like, it's fake news, I invented that word. You didn't fucking invent that word.
Jesus Christ.
He also tried to say he invented tax cuts because everyone's been saying tax reform over the last
He's also the most aviation friendly president in the world. So anyways,
when you go and you deflect, like what came out today with Steve Bannon talking about what Don Trump Jr. did at Trump Tower meeting with Russians, was treasonous. It absolutely was. I didn't need that from a news source. I already knew that beforehand. But now their own people are rolling on them, and each person that rolls on them, they talk about them like they were lunatics, like they didn't know what the hell they were doing. They were low-level coffee boys. They were nobodies. But yet, every fucking turn during this guy's campaign, those people were there with him.
Right.
So they mattered at some fucking point.
Absolutely.
I've never seen that fat fuck drink a coffee in my life.
Right.
I always see him fucking chowing down KFC and Big Macs.
Right.
I don't see coffee in that fat fuck's hands. And then he takes water like an infant. 2 hands. I don't need a news source to do that. So if you're going to sit here and your argument is that I'm believing the fake news and the liberal media, no. I am believing the words that come out of this man's mouth and the text that comes from his thumbs onto his stupid little phone that goes out to the rest of the world. And now he's deleting tweets, which is also awesome.
Of course he is.
He deleted the support for the Iranian uprise.
Oh, yeah?
He deleted that, and that's against the law because you are an archived thing. You've deleted archived stuff.
They did announce that earlier in his presidency that his Twitter is now considered government.
Is government record.
A government record.
And
so
he's deleting government records.
He's deleting them. So, it's kind of baffling because
I was already mad. Like all the things that keep happening, already mad.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I got my paycheck. And it's going to cost me $2,000 a year extra in taxes while I know him and all those little fucks that were smiling up there, clapping their hands are going to get bigger paychecks.
Right.
And bigger amounts of money you get to keep at the end of the year. I'm getting screwed because you were upset because you don't like losing. And you went with the guy who won your brand's nomination. Rather than saying, you know what, I'm going to do the right thing, like the people in Alabama did, that said, listen, I got to do the right thing here.
I'm not
this
voting
guy's
for.
not fit.
I'm not voting for a fucking pedophile.
I'm not voting for him.
Right, exactly. Absolutely.
He's an accused pedophile. I'm not voting for him.
Okay.
But all you fuckers, you lined up and you were so proud. You had your chest out.
Mm-hmm.
You've been pumping your memes, and you're like
wearing your stupid grandpa hats.
Yeah, you're already counting for the re-election and the 8 years he's getting, 7 more years to go, and everything's a great day. But yet he has not done a
lunchbox and Thermos. He's not getting another fucking 7 years. Jesus Christ.
He is not doing anything for you.
He'll be lucky if he gets through his first term.
You keep thinking he's doing something for you. He's not doing
doing
thing
shit
for you.
All right, you know
he's
what?
He's doing it for businesses.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it for his own interest and his buddies' interests.
All right.
Getting rid of regulations for corporations helps him and his bottom line, not you and yours.
All right.
You don't feel any gain in your paycheck for a regulation being cut. You don't.
No.
But
you do not.
They think he's doing something.
Right. Of course.
No wall. No Muslim ban.
No transgender ban.
No
military.
removal of Obamacare.
Mm-hmm.
You got rid of the mandate in your tax cut. Congratulations. Everything else is still in place.
Right.
You've done nothing that you said you were going to do legislatively.
Literally nothing.
You've done literally nothing. You passed tax cuts.
Right.
Not for us.
Okay.
I ain't give a shit.
Right. I have yet to see mine, so I have no idea. And I don't know. I don't know.
Just look at the.
If I remember next
you're
week.
Hourly.
Yes,
You're hourly.
I'm hourly.
So you've got to do a comparative hourly check.
Yes.
And that's where you do your basis of comparison.
That's what I'm going to have to do.
I'm salaried, and mine was $78.
Yours was for lack of better sound.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll tell you what. Let's do something fun here because we got to head to a commercial break.
Yeah, because I'm angry.
So we're going to do a little infomercial here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play. The Price is Right Showcase Showdown.
You should have played this earlier,
right?
Because people are probably tuning out right now.
No, they're not tuning out. They like listening to Angry Brandon. Numbers show, believe it or not, numbers show on both. Because I post this on the JC Money Show feed and on the Football Talk Weekly feed, and the numbers with both combined, I'm very happy with. So, anyways, what we're gonna do is because we talk about ShopGear.com so many times here, I am going to look for. I want you to throw me out an obscure item. Not too obscure like a vajankle, which we know is not on Amazon, but just something that could possibly be on Amazon, and I'm gonna see if I can find it. If I can find it here, there it is. There it goes. And I'm gonna see if I can find it, and I'm going to do a live commercial about it. So go ahead and throw me out an item, will you?
Pocket pussy.
Pocket pussy.
Like a flashlight.
Okay. Let's go ahead and type pocket pussy, and we're gonna enter inflatable Judy doll, $9.93.
Told you.
T-male stroker, triplets male masturbator, soft pocket. Oh my God, Brandon, what the hell is wrong with you?
I told you that shit. You told me to get something obscure.
Look.
Listen,
oh my
God!
God!
On the internet, bro.
There is a male stroker, waterproof silicone manual massager for men, relaxed stress portable type, which is simulated to be the rear end of something.
Well, that's not what I was looking for.
I don't know.
Like flashlight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go with pocket flashlight. Let's type
flashlight.
that in. Okay. Let's pocket flashlight.
No, not pocket flashlight. You're gonna find actual flashlight.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
You scared?
You can get you scared the shit out of me with that one, Brandon. Thorfire VG 155 Ultra Bright LED flashlight. It is an upgraded version. It is $21.20 on ShopGear.com. And the best part about going on to ShopGear.com, which is our short link to Amazon, you can find virtually everything, including pocket pussies, apparently. Thank you, Brandon, for that. You freaking... you taint. but the best part about it is when you use ShopGear.com and you go to Amazon using our short link, you tell Amazon that we sent you there, and they reward us with a small percentage of your sale. It goes towards upgrading the production and cost, upgrades to the studio and different things. So keep doing that, ShopGear.com, and I think we'll do this every week without the pocket pussy part of it. Another obscure item perhaps next podcast here. But I'm going to just click backspace on this browser here 3 times to go back to the pocket pussy things because something tells
by 16.
Something tells me I might need it soon. We'll be right back on the JC Money Show Football Talk Weekly Simulcast in a moment. IndyCard Media is your one-stop shop for quality designs at a quality price. They offer merchandising, company branding, event posters, custom clothing designs, and so much more. Check out their gallery of past designs by visiting facebook.com/IndyCard Media and tell them what you think. That's IndyCard Media, 337-446-4331 or IndyCardMafia@gmail.com. Tell them that we sent you. Again, 337-446-4331. IndyCard Media. Bring your designs to life.
You have a comedy night at your house. Well, Don's gone.
Yeah.
Do the Jesselnick special.
Yeah.
Do the two Chappelles.
Oh, we can do that. We can definitely do that. I cannot believe the who is that again?
Anthony Jeselnik.
Get a little louder.
Anthony Jeselnik.
Okay. Wow. Oh my God. That's if you are into dark, fucked up comedy.
Yeah, like
search that.
He
guy.
makes Daniel Tosh look like a pussycat.
Oh my God. All right, welcome back to the JC Money Show, everybody. Football Talk Weekly Podcast, Simulcast. This segment is sponsored by Draft.com/GERE Network. It is daily fantasy for the people. This is how you play. You select it. You number one, you select the draft. You choose your sport, and then you enter a draft. Football may be over as far as the regular season is concerned, but you got hockey to do. You got basketball to do. Drafts range from 2 to 12 people. You pick your players. You're on the clock. You draft 5 players, and you outscore your opponents, and then you watch and you win. You follow along with live scoring. Check back when the games end to collect your winnings. And the best part is, I got a little something special for you. Use the promo code GERE Network, GERE Network, and you, my babies, play your first game for free. That's right. And they are confident. The fine folks at Draft are confident that you are going to love it. They are going to guarantee when you actually pay, they are going to guarantee you're going to love it, or they will give you your money back up to $100 deposit. So go ahead, download Draft on iTunes or Google Play, or go to draft.com/GERE Network. Use the promo code GERE Network and get you a free play. And Grills is putting something on his phone right now. What do you do?
Celtics and Cavaliers, fourth quarter.
Celtics, Cavaliers. Where's that iPad one? Just put it on the iPad.
It's on ESPN. That's all right.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Watch it on here.
That song, Drinking with Jesus from Fozzy, you can get on our shopgear.com link as well. It is, different ways to help us out. But, all right. So now that we got the JC Money Show portion of it out of the way, Brandon.
Yes.
We've got some football to talk about.
We have some football to talk about.
And I'm going to just go ahead and lead off right away, leading off
the big story of the day.
The Bills make me wanna.
They did the impossible.
They did it, Brandon.
They did the impossible.
17-year playoff drought.
It's over.
I
was talking to my neighbor across the street before the game. Snow blowing my driveway because it was the first time that my balls weren't going to freeze off the second I walked out the door.
Yeah.
So I decided to clean the driveway. And he asked what happened to the Packers, and I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I was like, well, hopefully the Bills can get in. I'm all on the Bills right now.
Yes, me too.
And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, a lot's got to happen for him, but, he's like, yeah, it's a lot to happen, though. I don't know if it's going to happen. The doubters were proven wrong, because I had my doubts, too.
I got to tell you, this team is a fun team. It really is, like, character-wise. It's a fun team, and the Mafia... There's not
more fun fan base than the Mafia.
Well, no, they are.
I mean, it's not even close.
They are definitely a fun fan base. I've said for years that I've wanted to party with the Bills Mafia, even as a Jets fan.
Yeah.
But they went above and beyond.
Yeah.
And this is a story, and we can talk about how we got to this point a little bit later on. But the main story that really won me over with the Mafia and the Buffalo Bills crowd was the amount of $17 donations made by Bills fans to Andy Dalton's foundation, or excuse me, charity.
Yep.
That
It was his foundation.
It is his foundation. Okay, okay, so I was right. But the amount of $17 donations made from Bills fans because of the fact that Andy Dalton threw the game-winning touchdown pass and got
on 4th and 12
on 4th and 12 and got the Bills into the playoffs that way. Andy Dalton's a member of the Cincinnati Bengals, by the way. The $17 donation represents the 17 years that the drought has happened. They have raised, Brandon, over $250,000.
Yep.
As of press time, as of recording, over $250,000 has been raised to Andy Dalton's foundation. Very, very, very good story, and good on you, Bills Mafia, for that. That is nothing short.
That is some happy people, man.
That is nothing short of awesome. But Brandon, like we've talked about over the past few years, when we've been reflecting on the glory days of the Bills with the '90s when they made the playoffs and things.
I mean, this is not that team, but
no, obviously it's not that team, but they are in the playoffs, and the impact on the community, has been felt. Legitimately, the next
people are
day,
happy.
I went out to A+ to go get gas. I went to Walgreens to get something, and everybody's in their Bills, in their Bills gear or whatever. And I was standing in line. I had my Jets hat on. I was just, whatever. And a guy, in front or walks behind me, and he's got he's proud. I mean, proud, Mr. Buffalo Bills. Got all his Bills stuff on, and he's happy. And I looked at him, and I shook my head, and I looked at him, and I was like, hey, happy for your fan base and everything. And he obviously sees I'm a Jets fan or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it's kind of a rough deal for you guys. I was like, I'm not worried about it. I'm all in.
You guys almost kept them out of the playoffs. Yeah. That game you guys won against them.
Yeah. So
that was their worst loss of the year, I think.
No, I think.
I mean, point-wise, no, but I think as far as like who they should have won against and the way they lost that game to the Jets, I mean, they were never in that game.
Right. That's true.
That was a bad loss for them.
That's true.
Especially with like tougher teams coming up on the docket. Like you have to have that one.
Right. But, but
then they traded out and beat Kansas City in Kansas City. So
and ended up, shaking the guy's hand saying, let's go Buffalo. And it was all good. And so, I'm happy as a local to Western New York. I am happy that the Bills did well enough to finally end the drought and get into the playoffs. Yeah. And then, of course, Dan Germain, our good buddy Germain, has to post in the sports analyst board, hey, when's the last time your team got in the playoffs, jerks? So of course, I promptly commented, guys, let him have this W. This comes but once every 17 years.
I talked to him. I FaceTimed him when I was at my New Year's party. I went to my New Year's party late because I was sitting in the living room and I was glued to the Bills and then the Bengals-Ravens game. Right. Because I was like, listen, that's the most likely scenario we got to watch because I can't watch 3 games at once. Right. I was like, I'm going to watch this one in hopes that this is the one that's going to change. And, the Ravens game, I mean, Cincinnati got up early and it was looking good. Looked, like they were going to do it. And then all of a sudden the wheels started falling off. They stopped getting aggressive on offense and they were doing 3 and out. And I was like, oh no, here it goes. Because Buffalo's up, Buffalo's going to win, and then what's going to happen is that business is not going to be taken care of.
Right,
and
of course,
it sucked because you already saw that Tennessee won, so that, scenario was out because, Tennessee and San Diego needed to lose along with a Buffalo win to get in, or it was Baltimore needed to lose and then a Buffalo win to get in. So you're clinging to that one, and then they're losing in the fourth quarter, and then the drive just is not going very well.
Right.
He had 4th and 19, and there's a little dump-off pass to make it 4th and 12, and you're like, or 3rd and 19, and then made it 4th and 12.
Right.
You're like, oh, fuck. Just get them a first down. At least get this field goal range with a first down, and then they can go to overtime and take their chances there. And then Andy Dalton escapes a sack and then goes and zings the ball down the field. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, all right, at least he's got the first down depth. He's just got to catch. He catches it and turns, makes one move and gone. And I was jumping up and down in my living room with my Jim Kelly jersey on, and I was all in. And, I get to the party late, and I get there, and my cousin Justin's a big Bills fan, and my buddy Jay's there. That's what we went to the game with against New Orleans. And they're in great fucking moods, and they got their phones out, and they purchased tickets to go to Jacksonville.
Oh, wow.
So they're driving down to Jacksonville.
Wow.
To go see the game on Sunday.
That's dedication.
Justin's like, can you believe this? He's like, tickets were $442 for two really good, I mean, they were good seats. They're in the 100s in Jacksonville, so they're a good spot. He's like, Jay, we put it on Jay's card. He's like, and I went to go in my wallet to get the cash. He said, I had exactly $221 sitting in my wallet.
Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly $221.
That's insane.
So he, is planned to go down there, and then Jermaine messaged me from down in Florida, and he's just like glowing, like he just got laid,
he tried to.
Dude was happy as shit, man.
He tried to video chat me, I guess, on Facebook. I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's where I hit him up on,
because I was freaking
showed
hammered.
me his boss roommate.
I was hammered.
She's like, he's cute. I was like, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty dope.
I'm
happy for dudes like him and my cousin
pretty
and
soon I might be looking. Tinder.
All those guys, man.
Left. Huh?
All those guys. Happy for all those guys.
Yes. No, I was definitely
as much of knuckleheads that they are sometimes, and their unrealistic expectations, and how down on their team they get, and how stupid they get with their beliefs when they do win a couple games.
Right.
It's just, it's nice to see that, they get their moment in the sun. I really hope they win on Sunday.
Right. It's a winnable game.
It is a winnable game, and then the dream ends the following week because they got to go to New England.
Yes, because...
And you aren't winning in New England in January.
Right,
it just doesn't happen.
Right.
Unless you got Peyton Manning out there.
All right, so I'm gonna put it to you. I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, by the way, I'm the champion every season.
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you. I won by 4. Okay. Bills, Jags. Who you got?
I got the Bills.
I got the Bills too.
I'm rooting for them.
Going for the Bills. I've got
Jags. They got a good defense. Mm-hmm. Their offense is suspect though. I don't trust Blake Bortles.
Yeah,
I saw some stupid post that he had better than this than these quarterbacks and better than this and these quarterbacks. I'm like, no. The guy gets a lot of garbage time points.
I'm gonna say this. If Jacksonville wins, it's going to be because of their defense, not because of Blake Bortles.
I mean, they played against Tennessee to win against Tennessee last week to knock them out, and they did not look good.
No.
Bortles did not look good. No, they didn't look good against the 49ers either.
I don't know. I just feel that...
and their offense, 49ers put up 41 points on them.
I've strongly felt that this is a very, very winnable... This is a very realistic possibility that the Buffalo Bills will win this game.
Yep.
They're going to be amped. They're going to be... I mean, it's going to be just through the roof when they are playing well and they're firing on all cylinders. Now, Shady McCoy still uncertain yet right now.
Yeah,
but even if he gets cleared and he's not at 100%, you mean to tell me you don't think Shady's going to go? He's going to be like, nope, take me.
Shady's going.
Take me. Take my ankle. Let's go.
Splints,
and let's
tape.
do this.
He's getting.
He's gonna get in. He's gonna get in there, and
placebos, all kinds of shit.
I'm gonna be wearing my Bills hat. I've got an Andre
on my Jim
Reed.
Kelly jersey.
I've got an Andre Reed jersey somewhere.
You gotta find that thing, man.
I gotta find it. Yeah,
you got till Sunday.
I haven't. I don't remember where I last saw it, but. I don't even know if I'll fit in. Well, I might because
I can turn this off.
I've lost 25 pounds. So
there you go.
So yeah, maybe I can fit back into it.
LeBron and everybody sitting on the bench. It's a 21-point game for the Celtics, leading with 2 minutes left. So,
all right,
I could stop watching that. But it's dope, man.
Very good.
I kind of hoping they're winning.
Yeah,
extend this good mood in Rochester for a little longer.
Yeah. It's definitely been
middle
good.
classers get their paycheck.
And not to sound too sentimental, but it almost, in a way, as far as the overall vibe is concerned, kind of brought me back to my childhood when I remember everybody being so happy because they were so, except for the day after the Super Bowl, but
those were never the good days.
Yeah, no, those were not good. So, all right, well, let's go to quick hits.
Wait, we didn't do the other games.
What other games?
There's other games.
There's other games?
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah,
Wildcards.
Those don't matter. Well, we'll get to them after this. All right, so Josh Rosen declares for the NFL draft.
Yep.
Brandon, he gone. Also, Sam Darnold is declaring for the draft as well. He gone as well. And speaking of gone, Carson Palmer, he has announced his retirement. He is gone. And as well, head coach Bruce Arians, he gone too.
Yep.
But so yeah,
Jack Del Rio.
Jack Del Rio, he's fired. John Fox fired. Marvin Lewis signed to a 2-year extension.
Yeah.
Woo, go Bengals! That's something. Now you know what? Let's go.
The
off
Lions
the quick
coach
hits.
too.
Let's go
Lions
off the
coach
quick
got
hits for
canned.
that. Yeah, Jim Caldwell. Okay,
Caldwell.
But let's go back to Marvin Lewis really quickly.
Yeah.
He has got to have some sort of nudies or something because I mean I don't understand.
I don't know,
this
man.
At all.
I
don't understand this at all.
I do. As much as we say this, that, and the other thing, Marvin Lewis is still a really good head coach. His guys play hard for him. There was no reason in a freezing fucking cold, in a meaningless game at the end of the season, that they needed to put forth the effort to win the game they did against a team that was bound to go to the playoffs, a team that many people were like, you don't want to see the Baltimore Ravens getting into the playoffs and playing them in the playoffs because that defense and their offense is starting to move. They got a run game. But they played for him 2 weeks in a row, knockout playoff teams.
Well, right. But I guess
they've had some injuries. Their defense is getting a little old. But with the players he has on the field, he gets the most out of those players. Andy Dalton is not a top-tier quarterback. A.J. Green's a top-tier wide receiver. But other than that, I mean, what do they have? Joe Mixon's starting to kind of come into his own, even though we don't like the guy.
Fuck him.
But, they're not a great team, but yet he gets a lot out of what they have.
Okay.
Yes, the playoff record sucks.
Right. 0-7.
0-7 in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He's had some talented squads. Mm-hmm. He's had some bad breaks, though. That Steelers game, they got boned in that Steelers game with A.J. McCarron. He had A.J. McCarron, and then they were going to beat the Steelers. Yeah. They should have beat the Steelers.
They definitely should have. I do agree with you there.
They've had some bad breaks. Mm-hmm. Carson Palmer injury, that season they had one of the best looking squads ever, and then Carson Palmer's knee gets rolled up on and he's out, and there goes that season, and it's just hard. And he's turned a lot of not so good men into good men, ones that have had trouble, character issues coming out of college, and he keeps them out of trouble. He grows them up. He's a good coach. If you start to say, hey, we're going to go out in a different direction and we're going to grab somebody else from another team or another has-been or an up-and-comer, I don't know if you're going to get the same out of those players that Marvin can get out of them. Now, I think they want to give Marvin a healthy run with some of the newer guys that are in there.
Okay.
Hope for a healthier team and, have a good draft, maybe get some free agents. And open it up and try to give him one last shot.
I will say this.
If they stink next year, he will be fired out of his 2 years. He won't serve his 2 years.
Okay.
If they make the playoffs, they win a game next year in the playoffs, he'll stay on for that second year. But I think it's a one and done. If they don't do anything, if they're 7-9 again, doesn't matter how hard they play, they'll probably be out.
Right. I will say this, as far as Marvin Lewis is concerned, and I got to give the devil his due, and I enjoy trolling him as much as the next guy, but realistically, who were the Cincinnati Bengals before Marvin Lewis got there?
Right.
They were the Bungles.
Right.
They were terrible. They were for all intents and purposes the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
What the Browns are now, that was what the Bengals were then. And then Marvin Lewis got there, changed the entire culture. Right. And to your point where he molded troubled individuals. I mean, like you said, Joe Mixon, Pac-Man Jones, Monte Bursett, or
what was that kid's name that died?
In
that horrible accident where he was in the back of the truck and drove off and he fell. And he hit his
that
skull.
was the wide receiver.
Yeah. He was trouble too, but Marvin gave him a chance, and he was so grateful for that chance. And he became a really great citizen and a good guy, and that horrible accident happened. It was terrible. I can't remember the guy's name.
I'm searching for it now.
But, that's the kind of stuff that Marvin Lewis brings. I think they're also scared shitless and picking another coach. Chris Henry, that's who it was. Mm-hmm. I think they're nervous about picking another coach because the guy that they thought they were going to line up to be the next head coach went to Cleveland and has gone 1-31.
Right, true.
Since he left.
True.
there's a lot worse coaches you could have out there, and the reason for a 2-year extension is no coach is going to take a 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
No coach is going to take a 1-year contract. It's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
They want to.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
Brandon,
Yeah.
Cleveland went 0-16.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, boy.
You were so happy. I felt so bad when that dude dropped that freaking pass. I mean, it was set up for him. They were going to do it, and then dropped.
All right, back to quick hits. I just wanted to. I had to get the yeah boy in there. All right. Bob McNair says that the Texans know what they want in their next GM. They're going to begin the process of hiring a new general manager starting next week, interviewing 4 to 6 candidates. They hope to have a new GM in place within 2 weeks. And Brandon, they are keeping Bill O'Brien as well.
Yeah, I mean,
for now.
He should.
Yes.
A lot of guys like him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of players like him.
Mm-hmm.
They were on the way up until Watson hurt his knee.
Right.
They probably would have been a playoff team over Tennessee this year, I think. If Watson played the whole season,
they
would have definitely went ahead of Tennessee.
Yeah.
They may have even,
knocked Buffalo out.
No. Given Jacksonville some trouble.
Well, true. Very true. Back to Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor is saying he is not thinking about his future.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't. Quote, I don't focus on the things I can't control, and I'm not going to continue to be that way. All I can control right now is my preparation, my focus, my work ethic, and putting it all in for this week. Tyrod Taylor was his contract was restructured before this season, and he took a significant pay cut to stay. He now only has $1 million guaranteed for next year, with another $6 million due on the third day of the 2018 league year. His salary cap for 2018 is $18.08 million. Remember, of course, he was benched for Nathan Peterman for one game, missed another with an injury, and went 8-6, and will start a playoff game, believe it or not. Again, a playoff game for the Buffalo Bills. Get excited, people!
Against a coach who
While he
left that team high and dry in their last winning season.
The Dougie Bowl. While he didn't throw for 300 yards in any of his 14 starts, he only threw for 4 interceptions and lost 2 fumbles. Brandon,
he's a game manager.
Taylor.
He's a game manager.
He is a game manager. Will he be in red, white, and blue next year, or will he be in green and white?
I have a hard time seeing them let him go, but he's going to have to compete for that job.
He is, more likely. Probably with a rookie quarterback, too. So
I don't know who they're going to grab now that they've made a playoff.
Yeah,
they draft him later.
That's true. And then
a lot of teams need quarterbacks.
When you've got
Jets need a quarterback.
When you've got Darnold and Rosen already declared, and they're expected to go either 1-2 or 1-3.
They're expecting Baker Mayfield.
The Jets, Mayfield's already declared.
Yeah.
And that's
what I'm saying. You're expecting Mayfield to go in that trio of 3 guys.
Exactly. And you've got quarterback needy teams in the first 6.
You need the Browns need one. The Jets need one.
Jets need one.
Who's the other one?
I don't remember. Giants.
Yeah, they need a quarterback for the future. I would even venture out and say that, maybe the Colts draft a quarterback.
Yes.
Because, Andrew Luck's uncertain right now.
Right, true.
So, there's a possibility that those guys get draft quarterbacks. There's not going to be a lot left when the Bills go to draft.
Speaking of the Colts, they are currently interviewing, or have interviewed, Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniel.
Yeah.
So
that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Denver needs a quarterback.
Yep, they do. They do.
Chicago,
possibly Pittsburgh, but they'll be picking high anyway. So
yeah.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, the Steelers are confident that Antonio Brown will return next week. Of course,
that's fine.
They have the bye. They're going to be playing whoever, but his calf injury continues to improve.
Built-in excuse if they lost to the Patriots.
True.
So I don't want that excuse.
I don't know. He was certainly a MVP candidate before the injury, and of course, the reason why I didn't play in the championship game for the WNYFL. But yeah, so. And finally, Brandon, the Packers dump a pair of key offensive assistants. They're going to soon have a new football boss. His primary subordinate apparently is doing what he can to straighten up the workplace before that happens. At the behest of Mike McCarthy, the Packers have fired offensive coordinator Edgar Bennett, quarterbacks coach Alex Van Pelt, and, of course, Dom Capers, the defensive coordinator, was also fired earlier in the week. The general manager position is open, and they're looking to clean house. Brandon, what's your thought process on your team? Is it too late? Finally,
no. I'm very happy with all these changes that are being made because I've said for years it's stupid that we don't go after free agents that can help the team. I don't give a shit about this draft and develop. Yeah, you can do that while you pick up free agents that help your team now. Not, let's hope this guy pans out in 3 years.
Right.
We've dumped a lot of first-round picks off this team. We just re-signed one. Devontae Adams, he's now the 4th highest-paid receiver in the league, which means either Randall or Jordy's going next year. The offense wasn't impressive, and they definitely stumbled when they used Brett Hundley. I think a lot of it was play calling. They did not allow him to throw anything more than 2-3 yards down the field, and teams were jamming that all day. He has the abilities, they just didn't allow him to do it. So I think that's why Van Pelt and Edgar Bennett are both gone. Dom Capers was an obvious one. He should have been gone 5 years ago. We've had some of the best offensive teams the league has seen, and yet got nothing to show for it because his defense sucked. And the 1 year his defense was good, it was filled with veterans and a couple free agents, including Charles Woodson. You got to pick up guys like that sometimes. You got to take a chance.
Right.
I mean, they help other teams. We're not saying, hey, go get, Jeremy Maclin, and sign him for absurd dollars.
Right.
But when you see defensive players that can help your defense and you decide to pass on them and then go draft defensive players who aren't doing the job yet and then just kind of letting them, rot on an island, you're not doing yourself any favors. So it's time for the shakeup. I think the shakeup will be good. A healthy Rodgers next year, hopefully a better defense and defensive scheme. And we'll see. But
all right.
It was long overdue.
Very good, very good. We're going to take a quick little 10-second break. When we come back, we are going to go over the playoffs, the wildcard round for the week. We'll pick our winners and go from there in 10 seconds.
This podcast is sponsored by GereNetwork.com/Amazon. Help keep our podcast free. Stop through Amazon. We thank you. Good night, Anne.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. No, you don't. It sucks not having beer. Whatever. Anyways, we are back here on the JC Money Show, Football Talk Weekly Simulcast, and our Target affiliation, Facebook.com/GERE Network. Click on the Target ad on there, and you can save 5% with your red card. Get a red card through us. It helps. It's awesome. Facebook.com/GERE Network. Go on there if I haven't blocked you. So, yes. Brandon, playoff weekend. Playoffs?
Dude, this video.
Go on.
Jimmy Butler pulling out the sweet chin music on Demary Carroll.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
That was...
He didn't tune up the band.
That was impressive.
He definitely landed.
That was very impressive. All right, Brandon, Saturday's games, Tennessee and Kansas City at 4:35 to simulcast on both ESPN and the American Broadcasting Company. Brandon, Tennessee, KC, who you got?
I got KC at home. Mm-hmm. Tennessee is the most meh team in the whole field. I mean, Kansas City's pretty close to meh too, but Tennessee just does nothing for me.
They had that strong, coming right out of the gate, very strong, and then it just kind of fizzled out on them.
Yeah.
So, at 8:15 on the National Broadcasting Company, the Dirty Birds take on the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon, who you got?
I got the Rams.
The Rams?
Rams are just... I don't see how that Falcons defense, which is not really great, is going to shut down Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is a beast.
Todd Gurley is playing on another level. He's
Todd Gurley is.
Yeah.
If there was no Tom Brady, you might be seeing Todd Gurley as the MVP this year.
I don't disagree.
He's still going to get some votes.
Yes.
Jared Goff's playing well. Cooper Kupp, is playing well. Tavon Austin. The defense is getting after quarterbacks.
Yep.
I just don't think Atlanta has enough, and Atlanta hasn't been very good all year. I mean, they've been mediocre at best.
They have coasted by.
They wouldn't even be in the playoffs if Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers wasn't hurt this year, they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Right.
They'd be the odd man out.
Sunday on the 7th on CBS 105, Buffalo Jacksonville. We already picked that one earlier.
Yep.
We've both got Buffalo there. At 4:40 on Fox, Carolina, New Orleans. This one's an interesting one to me.
That is going to be the game of the weekend.
That's
Easily.
an interesting one to me. I'm having a difficult time picking a winner on this one.
They've split.
I'm
Yep.
having a difficult time. I almost want to say the Saints just because of the dome advantage.
Yeah.
But Carolina's been playing pretty good.
Yeah, Cam's balling.
Right. So I think I'm just going to take home field on this one just to, be on the safe side.
Yeah.
I'll take New Orleans.
I'm going to go opposite of you.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Carolina on this one.
So we agree on 3 of the 4 games.
Yep.
So that works for me, and that is going to do it for us on this here edition of the JC Money Show and Football Talk Weekly podcast. For those of you that listened earlier,
sorry about that.
I'll make sure to.
Still angry though.
If I remember to put a disclaimer, I'll remember to put a disclaimer on when exactly you should tune in if you don't like the politics. But hey, you know what? In the football offseason, we're going to the JC Money Show format anyways, so we're going to get a bunch of different things, not just politics. But and then Brandon, homework assignment is you have a full week, or at least until the next podcast that we do, to think of another obscure item for me to search on Amazon for our new gimmick for the show. But all right, I want to thank you, all you listeners, for using our links to support our podcast. I want to thank everybody for all of the hits, all of the feedback, not just for this podcast, but for every podcast that we have on our network. It's really awesome, and just thank you, man. Appreciate it. We're looking forward to a big 2018, and
also looking like John Bones Jones may be back soon.
Oh,
yeah, the guy who's like one of the heads of the anti-doping stuff, and he's been an investigator on that stuff all the time. Jeff Nowitzki says he could avoid the 4-year suspension.
Good.
Because it doesn't look like the stuff that was in there was used intentionally,
right?
And it was possibly a tainted supplement.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I knew he wasn't in cheating. You don't need to cheat to beat that fat
You
slug.
heard it here second. Brandon, good day to you, sir.
Good day to you as well.
So long, everybody.
Peace out now.
Good night now.
Remember to see more National Football League action next week.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the GERE Network.